Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I finally got around to watching Season 1 of The Terminal List. And this is involving Anton Fuqua, who wound up directing one of the episodes, and starring Chris Pratt as James Reese, who is a Navy SEAL whose whole entire platoon is ambushed unexpectedly. Something mysterious is going on in this situation, and then things get more complicated when he comes home and they murder his wife and child. And then he becomes, he goes full-blown Punisher. This is kind of just like Punisher, except Navy SEAL edition and Chris Pratt in it. And I do think that Chris Pratt really is committed to this role and gives a really solid performance. He doesn't quite have the like a John Bernthal or even like a James Badge Dale or somebody like that I feel like really would lean like into this role very well. But Chris Pratt does do a really good job here, and there's an intensity here that I don't see in a whole lot of his other performances. And you do have an interesting cast of like Constance Wu, who is a reporter trying to look into all this sketchiness going on. Janine Triplehorn, who's a head-up secretary in the federal government, who might be a little bit more involved than she would like you to think in terms of all the things that happened to his platoon and the death of his family and all of these different elements, because it is that tropiness of like, hey, a soldier betrayed by the higher-ups in his government and they kill his family and he needs to seek revenge. That's what you get. That is the series. It does feel a little repetitive, and over the course of these 8 episodes, it does feel like it could have been getting more towards its point over that time. But you also have, like I said, Constance Wu. You have Riley Keough, who played his wife. You get to see her in flashbacks in the first episode. Taylor Kish and Jai Courtney are thrown in there too. So a lot of people that you potentially would expect in a series like this on the supporting end of things, and Pratt trying to really push himself in this more rugged and intense performance. And I think those work. I do think this is a very familiar story. It hits beat by beat what you would expect. I don't think it really does a whole lot to differentiate itself, but it does have some strong action and intense, thrilling moments that I feel like are some of the more anchoring elements of this show that really draw you in and keep you there and keep you watching. And overall, I think the cast does a fine job. It's well directed. The action is effective and intense and exciting. And you care about this man's story, and you see him potentially making some not great decisions on how to process this loss, this grief. And that's the kind of story you get. There's no extra frills around it. That is this series. And if that interests you, then go check this one out over on Amazon. But those are my thoughts on Season 1 of The Terminal List. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some TV. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.